Time to fuck off, bub, he said. I waved, turned and skimmed the passport onto the river. I watched it gather water and sink. I was a clean sheet. It was the 16th of March, 1924. 2 years since I'd sailed out of Dublin. I looked back at the last of Dublin, and soon enough there was no land and the boat was just a thing on the sea. I stood on the deck, my back against the cold iron wall for all the rolling night, and I watched trench-coated men watching me, and other men watching them. I saw the swing that a gun gives to a coat, and the shine that fear gives to the eyes. I was still in Ireland, still a man on the run. And Liverpool was worse. I thought the place would soak me up, but not a chance. At every corner and every doorway, distance didn't matter. They were always there before me, ready for the chance to hit. I could never stop and know that I'd escaped. I walked deeper into England. I found rooms in Blackburn, Bradford, Warrington. I found work and women, but eventually always I had to move. A head turning, eyes staring at everything but me. A face at last seen looking across Mary Street after I'd read my death sentence on a piece of paper. I stayed out of the towns and went into the mountains. I stopped at farmhouses and did the work I'd learnt in Roscommon. The farmers admired my strength, but they weren't happy. My accent and unwillingness to use it made them nervous. They saw their wives and daughters glaring at me and knew that I was dangerous. I moved again and again. A man called Smith took me on, just as the sheep were about to drop their lambs. I liked Smith. I liked the cold up there and I liked the work. I thought I'd stay there until my head was clear of gunmen. I was on Smith's rented hillside one night in early March, all night dragging lambs and their mothers out of snow, with hands so cold they could feel no wool. I pushed open the door and walked into his kitchen an hour after dawn. "There were people looking for you," he said. "People?" "Men," he said, "from your country, in a motor car." "Did they say anything?" "No. Only, are you Henry Smart?" "Yes." "Yes," he said, "it was you they were looking for." I told them I didn't know you. "Thank you," I said. "I'll go." "Yes," he said, "I'll give you your money." He stood up and went further into the house to where he had his money hidden. He came back with a £5 note, a lot more than he owed me. I left when it was dark. I stayed well off the roads and climbed through drifts of snow. Sometimes I could feel the earth hard under my boots. Other times I climbed shifting mountains like slow waves in a black storm. But the thought of the men in the car gave me the anger and heat to melt a path in front of me. They weren't going to stop me and they wouldn't make me kill them. I'd been the expendable fool for years, the man who'd hopped when his betters called, no more. I was going to get away from that even if I had to be buried. And I'd do the fucking burying, not them. The ferry from the island emptied the people, their bags and boxes, onto the crowded slip. Pimps, cousins, conmen, housekeepers looking for kitchen staff. "Need a job? Good money? Got a sister?" I climbed in among sacks and children, and the train brought me slowly to the heart of Manhattan. I leaned into Manhattan, pushed my weight against the train's fat crawl, and I pushed through the beams of solid sunlight that hung from windows high above me in the great hall of Grand Central Terminal. It was a long walk to the steps and the clock right over me, 2:47 p.m, and I was out again, out into the crazy air, and 42nd Street. I climbed into the back of a waiting cab. The driver spoke over his shoulder. "Where to?" "I want an American suit," I told him. "Suit?" I had the rest of the anarchist's cash burning a hole in the pocket of my old one. "American," I told him. "A good one." "Man wants a good suit. I'll take that man to the man who'll give him a suit." "And after the suit, I want Douglas Fairbanks." "The Thief of Baghdad," he said. "It's the latest." "Let's go," I said. And we rode out into America. I looked out the window of the covered car, up at the sheer walls and the new walls going up as I watched, and I saw the ticker tape falling. The rest of them thought it was snow. On the taxi, on the street, on everything. For me.